Hello there and welcome to my July 2017 book haul. Yes, I know, I bought some books. This is a rarity. I recently had a voucher that would allow me to buy some books from my local bookshop. So I thought I would go and buy some books. And the general rule when I bought the books were they had to grab my attention in some manner. So with that voucher, I was able to buy 3 books, and these are what they are. The first book, Revolting. At first, I thought that meant revolting as in disgusting, ugly, gross. But actually, it's referring to politics. Basically, this book is an essay on the current state of democracy, as opinionated by the author Mick Hume. So it really addresses the issues of democracy, particularly after the very controversial results of the 2016 EU referendum and the American presidential election. So when I saw this, read the blurby bit, which is referring to the state of democracy and how it's looked and for challenges of like elites, people's will, blocking voting results. I thought this looks really interesting, and I have a limited interest in it, and so I will give, and I thought worth buying and worth having a read. So I will probably give this one a read first, as it is the shortest of the 3 books. As you can see, much smaller than the other 2. And basically, from reading the tab in some little snippets from inside, for name Revolting, I think it really refers to people revolting against the establishment. So I am looking forward to reading this. So that is book number 1. Book number 2, The Power by Naomi Alderman. Now this in the bookshop was pretty much highlighted with signs pointing to it and said very controversial and very worthwhile to read. And it's also got the Women's Prize for Fiction. Well, it is a woman author. So it obviously wouldn't be the Man's Prize for Fiction. But why did I buy this one? So I kind of read the description, and it's saying it's basically, in some form, a world where women discover they have power, and then like a flick of their fingers, maybe a flick like that, they can inflict terrible pain and even death on men. Is it just on men, or does it include on other women as well? It doesn't say on this bit. I'll find out when I read it, hopefully. And then every man on the planet finds they've lost control. So it looks interesting. So basically, women take power, and and there's some small reviews on the inside here, and it's saying the power will make you think and question what you thought you knew, and it may stop you sleeping. Things like that. Makes it sound pretty good. Another review here saying thought-provoking novel. That's what I like to see, something that will make me think and question things. And the general concept of the book definitely grabbed my attention, so I picked it up, and I'll probably read this one second. So, number 2 on my pile. And finally, book number 3, The Handmaid's Tale. This one, just like The Power, was on a display with arrows pointing at saying, read this one. This is one where it's like a dystopian future, I think, or a repressive state, kind of where people were put into a situation where they can only do one thing. Like the Republic of Gilead offered, I guess is the name of the character, only one option: to breed. If she deviates, she will die. And it's basically a person living in a repressive state. So I thought, gotta give this one a try. And again, there's a little review given on the back here of someone saying it's a profoundly felt moral story, and it's got chilling effects of totalitarian blindness, and another one saying powerful. So I thought, yep, gotta give this one a try and give it a read. And just like Revolting and The Power, I think this is one that will again make me think and ask questions. So I bought it. And this will probably be the third of the 3 that I read. So I'll read, I'm not one for reading more than one book at a time, so I'll read Revolting first, then The Power, then The Handmaid's Tale. And my descriptions of them are probably terrible because they were impulse buys as well. And once I've read them, I'll review them and let you know. And so you have that to look forward to. Excited! And so this was my first ever book haul since I was a kid. But even when I was a kid, I probably only bought 1 book at a time instead of 3. And I'm sure other people do bigger book hauls and read the books much quicker than I do. This is probably going to take me a while to read. So once I have read all 3, I'll review them. I'll be back with a video to review them and tell you if it was any good. Hope you like my little book haul here. If you do, please like, please subscribe, check out my other videos, and I'll be back for a new video soon, and at some point I'll get round to reviewing these as well. As for now, have a fantastic rest of your day and happy reading!